Welcome back to Harmony SAT Prep. Today, we'll work through a Math No Calculator section on Khan Academy. We will be answering questions from practice test number 1, so it would be best if you work on it yourself before continuing with this video. After I complete this section, I'll give you valuable tips on how to complete the section with some time to spare afterwards. So as I work through it today, my pace will be slower than usual, but I'll try to finish with the allotted time. So I may have to split this video into two due to some time constraints, so please be aware of that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, let's go and start the timer. Alright, question number 1. Alright, if x minus 1 over 3 is equal to k, and k is equal to 3, what is the value of x? So k is equal to 3, so if this is 3, you multiply 3 on both sides, so x minus 1 is equal to 9. Alright, so if you add 1 to both sides, you'll get 10. And that is your answer. And you can always check. So 10 minus 1 is 9, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So, yeah. So next question. If I is equal to square root of negative 1, what is the sum of 7 plus 3i plus negative 8 plus 9i? So add this and this, and you get negative 1. And you add this and this, you'd get positive 12i. And A is the answer. Alright, next question. So on Saturday afternoon, Armand sent M text messages each hour for 5 hours, and Tyrone sent P text messages each hour for 4 hours. Which of the following represents the total number of messages sent by Armand and Tyrone on Saturday afternoon? So Armand sent M text messages for each hour. So if he texted for 5 hours, then you'd have to do 5 times M to find out how many texts he sent over the 5 hours. And you'd add that to Tyrone's, and Tyrone sent P text messages each hour. So 4 times P gives you how much messages he texted in 4 hours. So if you add that together, it would be the answer. And you just pick C and move on. Alright. So Kathy's a repair technician for a phone company. Each week she receives a batch of phones that need repairs. The number of phones that she has left to fix at the end of the day can be estimated with the equation P is equal to 108 minus 23D, where P is the number of phones left and D is the number of days she has worked that week. What is the meaning of the value 108 in this equation? Alright, so P is the number of phones left. Okay? That means 108 must be the number of phones she started with, because 23 is the number of phones she fixes per day, because it says here D is the number of days she has worked that week. So that means if D is 1, if she works 1 day, that means she's fixed 23 days. So that means 108 is the number of phones she has to fix in that week. And if you read through these answer choices, you see that this is wrong, because that's 108 is not the days. And Kathy starts each week with 108 phones fixed. That sounds right. C is wrong because it's talking about the rate, and D is also wrong because we're looking for this type of answer where it says she starts each week with 108 phones to fix. Alright, so let's pick B and move on. Question number 5. Alright, so x squared y minus 3y squared plus f 5xy squared minus x squared y plus 3xy squared minus 3y squared. Alright, so here we're subtracting, but here we have a negative and a negative. That makes a positive. So this would make 2x squared y. Negative 3y squared minus 3y squared. That would be 0 because you're taking negative 3 plus 3, so that's 0. Alright, so that means that is out and that is out. So last is for this and this. So 5xy squared minus 3xy squared, that is 2, because 5 minus 3 is 2xy squared. And that is the answer. C is the answer. Alright, let's move on. Question number 6. H is equal to 3a plus 28.6. A pediatrician uses the model above to estimate the height of a boy in inches in terms of the boy's age A in years between ages 2 and 5. Based on the model, what is the estimated increase in inches of a boy's height each year? So when it says what is estimated increase, you can think of rate or slope. So straight off, you can see that the answer must be 3 because this is what you start off with, and each year you add 3. So that's the answer, A. So if I'm going too fast for you, please know that I could always go through this section with you and show you what I'm thinking as I answer the questions. Alright, so next question, number 7. The formula above gives the monthly payment M needed to pay off a loan of P dollars at R% annual interest over N months. Which of the following gives P in terms of M, R, and N? So what you need to do to isolate P is to multiply this on both sides. If you multiply it on this side, it cancels out. So you'll be left with M times this value. Let me see, that value is X. So this is X. And then now you're left with this and this on this side. So you'll have to divide this by this to get P. Let's say this is Y and this is Z. So you'd have to divide Y and Z to get P. So let's look through our answer choices to see if we can find that answer. Alright, would be this one because you'd multiply this on both sides divided by Y and Z. So B is our answer. Alright, number 8. If A over B is equal to 2, what is the value of 4B over A? Okay, so it shows that B is multiplied by 4. Let's take the reciprocal of this value. B over A must be equal to 1 over 2. But if you multiply B by 4, what would happen? You have to multiply this by 4 too. So you'd have 4 over 2. So our answer is 2, which is C. Alright, question 9. What is the solution xy to the system of equations above? So here I'll just add the two equations together. I'll multiply this by 2 so it can be easier to add them together. So if I multiply that by 2, I'll get 4y minus 2x is equal to negative 38, because 19 times 2 is 38. Alright, so now if you subtract the equations, this is gone, and 3x minus 2x is 1x is equal to negative 23 minus negative 38. So it's basically 38 minus 23. And what does that give you? That gives you 15. And that does not sound right. So yeah, that does not sound right. This must be 5. Sorry about that. And let me explain why this is 5. Because you would have the equation as 2x plus 4y is equal to negative 38. So when you're adding, it would be 3 right here. Sorry about that. So it'd be 3x minus 2x. So 3x minus 2x. So that's adding. So basically you'd have 3x plus 2x, which is 5x. And x must be equal to 3. Okay, we know that x is 3. That means y must be, just plug in x. So 3 times 3 is 9. Negative 23 minus 9 must be negative 32. Okay, so negative 32. So negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8. So our answer must be B. Number 10. For the function g defined above, a is a constant and g4 is equal to 8. What is the value of g negative 4? Alright, if g4 is equal to 8, just put that in the equation. Okay, so 4 squared is 16. A plus 24 is equal to 8. 8 minus 24 is negative 16. And that is equal to 16a. That means a must be negative 1. So negative 1, so now plug in negative 4, which is still the same, is 16. No, what's negative 4 squared is 16 plus 24. And you can see that you get the same answer. You'd get 8. Because negative 16 plus 24 is 8. So that's our answer. Pick it and move on. Wow.